Okay, today I'm going to talk about the recent cut in the 88305 technical component. And I want to talk about how this affects various aspects of the laboratory and pathology industry. First of all, let's start off with hospital-based groups. Hospital-based pathologists aren't going to feel much of a cut here. They're going to be able to see a little bit of an increase actually on the 88305 and some other codes. So that'll work to their advantage. What might work also to their advantage is the fact that hospital histology labs are going to have to some way figure out to be profitable under these new pay cuts. A 52% pay cut is going to make it very, very hard for these guys to make money. It's going to come down to the labs, the histology labs that make money are going to be the ones that can control their costs. Right now it's projected the payment's going to be about $33.70 on this. If your costs are above that, you're going to have to find some other way to do this. And you might have to outsource your histology to someone else that can do it. Let's talk a little bit about a core lab. Let's imagine your 6-hospital system developed a core lab for all their AP work and enrolled it into one site now. The bottom line is here, what they used to get paid $69 for, they're going to get paid $33 for. That's going to make it much harder for them. It's going to make it harder for them to stay in this business. You could see core labs actually outsourcing this work to independent labs who do just technical only. Let's talk a little bit about managed care. Imagine if you're an independent lab and your contracts are tied to the Medicare rates. All of a sudden, all your managed care contracts that are tied to Medicare are going to take this same pay cut. Is that fair? Probably not. Medicare is cutting this because they don't have money to pay for it. But the insurance plans, well, they do have money to pay for it, and they're taking this as pure profit. For them, this pay cut going to make them more profitable. Their premiums go up, and their payments to providers will go down. It's time to sit out there, pull out these managed care contracts, and renegotiate these. It's imperative that you do. There's no reason you take this pay cut across the board. For managed care contracts, you shouldn't have to do it. Medicare, that's understood. There's nothing you can do about that. But these other plans, you can negotiate and stay viable. Let's talk a little bit about GU, GI, and derm outreach labs. These are physicians that have their own little histology labs. They're going to be looking for partners now. They're going to find out that their histology lab might not be as profitable. So they're going to look for someone that can do this work for 15, 18, or 20 bucks a case. And they can rebill it and make 33 bucks a case. There's going to be some opportunities here for aggressive, cost-effective labs to make money. Will it go back to the hospital? Probably not, because the hospital probably won't be able to make money at it. But very likely there's some independent labs that are going to be very strong at this and do very well. There'll be some nice regional labs that make money on this concept also. Let's talk about billing. If you're doing self-billing and your income goes down this way, this is going to cut into your profit margin also. It might be time for those independent labs that are doing self-billing to look at an outsourced relationship. Conversely, if you have an outsourced relationship or a national biller that's doing this, their profit margin is going to be cut considerably on this also. They're probably going to offshore more and more of their work, and they're going to lower their overall expense on this, which just makes sense. What about salaried pathologists? How are they going to be affected by this? Well, I think in time, probably 6 months or a year from now, they're going to look back and they're going to get a pay cut. The hospital probably doesn't track salaried pathologists by individual tax ID numbers, so they probably don't know exactly what they're making. But when the hospital looks at their numbers and they see histology revenues going down, they're going to translate that to decreased pathology salaries. That's going to happen. The last thing I want to touch bases on is residents. If you're a resident, how do you handle this change? What does this mean? It used to be a resident had a very viable option to go into an independent lab. Well, that might not be the place you want to go now. You might want to look at more of a professional setting, a hospital-based group, and try to maintain a revenue stream that way. Independent labs are going to tighten down. The ones that are profitable are the ones that can control their costs. They'll be able to insource some of the work. They'll be able to make, I think, a better living as they tighten things down, and I expect them to grow as this change takes place. It's really going to play out come next March and June. That's when people will start looking at their numbers and their budgets, and that's when they'll have issues. Don't wait till then. If you have issues about this and you have questions, you need a strategy, and you need a way to attack this, give me a call. I'm Mick Raich. I work at Vachette Pathology. You can reach me at the number on the website here, or call my cell directly at 517-403-0763. Thank you.